afternoon. I am Jess with Darklight Portrait Studios, and today we are doing another video for our DLPS video project. Tony is here. He's behind the scenes hiding, although we're going to make him come out and say hello.
Hi.
So there he is. Today we are here with Miss Amber.
Hey guys.
Amber is the owner?
Yes.
Co-founder, owner, founder extraordinaire, whatever you want to call her, of Loudmouth Lip Attire. And so I'm going to let you introduce yourself, and then we'll get into the business.
Hey guys, I'm Amber, owner and creator of Loudmouth Lip Attire, which is a chemical, gluten, and cruelty-free lipstick line. But I have expanded the line to include other cosmetics as well, such as eyeshadows, concealers. I have a hydration lip mask. Lip plumpers, lip balms, anything you need to protect your lips and to keep your lips looking good, smooth, and kissable. And I started the line in 2017, so it's been about 3 years. It's really growing, and we mainly specialize in like specialty or festival makeup for parties and festivals, the fun, glitter, bright colors. That's what I do because that's what I like. So.
Awesome. So yay! Female business owner. Yay,
Thank
happy
you.
about that. As a female business owner myself, I'm like, oh, we gotta at least talk about it a little bit.
Yes.
Tony's over there like, what about me? And I'm like, you're fine. No worries. So you started in 2017. Where did this idea, how did the whole idea, let me preface this by saying, Amber's brother is an artist. And so art and creativity kind of, I think, run in your family.
Yeah.
So they both have that like artistic flair and the creative flair, which is awesome. So that being said, and knowing you come or you have kind of a creative atmosphere, where did the lipstick thing come from?
Well, I was always wearing bright colors. Anytime I would get dressed, like lipstick was like my staple in my wardrobe. So I would always try to find just like the funkiest, craziest colors. I'd wear yellow lipstick, lime green, sky blue. And like when I would wear it, people would ask me, which I thought was so weird, like the number one question I got was, how do you pull that color off? And I was just so confused, like, how do I pull it off? What do you mean? And they were like, how are you so confident to just wear it? And I'm like, it's just what I like, you know what I mean? And then so I started to realize that it kind of, in the beauty industry, I think it just kind of makes people feel a little bit, insecure, and it kind of brings out, things where people are kind of unsure of themselves, uncertain. And then as I started to actually get in and sell lipstick, and other cosmetics, I found that, a lot of those insecurities stem from, abusive relationships, verbal or physical, you know what I mean? And so I found that it got a lot deeper. And so I just kind of, try to exude confidence and help people feel better and, just feel a little bit, happier about like the bright colors, and just not to take it so seriously because it's not permanent. You can take makeup off.
Unless you get it tattooed on.
Right? Oh, God.
No, I can't. Oh, God. I know people get, like, their eyeliner or whatever tattooed.
I've been wanting to try that, but I don't know.
You are not getting a needle like that in my eye. I have no fear of needles, but you are not putting it that close to my eye. There's absolutely no way at all. Speaking of the confidence thing, I feel like from the way I've seen people and that kind of stuff, it seems like the people with less confidence tend to get into those bad relationships, into abusive relationships, that kind of stuff. If you have all the confidence in the world, you're probably not going to be with somebody who has put you in that situation. So anything that we can do from the photography standpoint, but also from the makeup thing, anything you can do to kind of help someone's confidence, because not only does that help them in their work and their life in general, but if you can help one person not be in an abusive relationship, then I mean that's fantastic, because that would be a wonderful world if we could end all that.
Yes.
If men would stop pretending to be men by beating up women, that would be great.
Sometimes I have to bite my tongue when I am, selling, and I see a guy literally in front of everyone just like talking down to his girlfriend or her wife or, whatever she is to him. And it's just like, I want to just be like, why are you with him? What is that? Just, I am embarrassed for you. Yeah. And I get that it's not, easy for everyone. I mean, I guess that's a different topic for a different day, but, to just leave the relationship, but it definitely affects. I see that a lot since I got into the beauty industry, and the correlation is just, I don't know, kind of surprising. I didn't expect to see as much of that.
Yeah, preach. No. It is a topic for a different day. However, if you are in an abusive relationship and you're trying to get out, please reach out to somebody. There are places out there that can help you and that will certainly help you get the steps and the process you need. So we're not going to talk about that today. So, little side note, but anyway. So you do have some products today. Tell us about what you got.
Yeah, okay, so the first thing, and so I started with lipsticks. I'll end with lipsticks. Loudmouth it centers around my lip colors. I just brought a basic red today, and they come in 5-gram jars, and they come in gloss and matte. And the gloss is, of course, more shiny. It has like a glass-like feel to it, so your lips will have more of a shine to it. But I also have matte colors where you can have more of a velvety matte look to your lips. But the lipsticks come in gloss and matte. I have about over 40 shades now, just because I'm constantly making and I'm constantly thinking of new colors. I also have loose pigments, which are, I'm not going to turn it down too much because I don't want to spill, but they can be used as eyeshadows, highlighters. I have some on my cheeks right now just for like highlighter. I've got a little bit in the corner of my eyes for just like a pop of color. But you can use these literally anywhere. They're safe, vegan mica pigments, and you can use them as highlighters, eyeshadows, and you can also use them over top of your lipstick for just like some lip shimmer. And then the other thing I brought was my lip mask, which is really picked up momentum during the pandemic because the masks seem to be drying everyone's lips out. So this definitely helps with keeping your lips moist, keeping them smooth, and getting rid of that flaky layer on your lips when your lips get chapped. So this definitely helps with that. There's honey, green tea, rosehip oil, argan oil, castor oil. I really kind of chopped this full of like those moisture ingredients so that you can use it on your lips, and you don't have to wipe it off like you do other masks. Just put it on your lips, rub your lips together, everything will dissolve right in. You can do it while you're cleaning the house or whatever you have to do. I usually do it right before I go to bed, but that really helps to get rid of the flaky layer on your lips.
See, I know nothing. I don't even own any lipstick. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't own any. I don't wear it. I wear chapstick. I have like pink chapstick. It's like cherry or whatever. So I think it has a little bit of a pink color, and that's about as fancy as I get. Yeah. So I don't know anything about any of this. If you said put oil on your lips, I'd be over there with olive oil. Like what? Like yeah.
Your lips don't ever get chapped?
Oh yeah, I'm addicted to chapstick.
Oh, okay,
I use chapstick constantly, but I don't ever. I think I'm even at the point where I use chapstick just because I've been using it for so long that it's not even they're not even chapped. I just need the gotta have that feeling.
Right.
So how do you come up? I know you said you have over 40 colors. So are you just laying in bed going, ooh, what kind of color combination or what kind of color could I come up with?
Do I think of colors? I mean, when I first started, I definitely wanted to cover every color of the rainbow, and then I wanted to do like a variation of those colors. So like for blue, I wanted to do a royal blue, but I also wanted to do a turquoise. For red, I wanted to do a deep red, like deep chocolate, maybe like a Merlot, definitely a classic red, and then we wanted to kind of go off the base and do like a pink or like a fuchsia. So that's how I got started with the majority of my colors. I probably started with maybe 20 colors. And then it just grew from there. And sometimes I'll see colors when I'm shopping for the pigment powders to put in my lipsticks. I see colors like, ooh, that'd be cute. And then I see, and so I just grab what I think would be cute, and they usually turn out really good. So yeah, that's how I just look and see and like, ooh, yeah, I could do that with that and do that with that. Yeah.
Nice. Magic. In my head I have, and I've been in your house, but in my brain I'm thinking like a like a mad scientist lab, and it has all the things bubbling, and it's like all these tubes, and there's Amber over there with her little jacket and goggles and like mixing potions. I know that's not how it is because I've been in your house, but it's like, that's kind of what I think of, like in the little just mixology kind of thing over there. So
yeah,
that's awesome. Do you see yourself maybe, because it's been 3 years, do you see yourself in another 3 years expanding to other areas of the beauty industry, or do you feel like you're going to stick mostly with what you have now?
I definitely see myself adding to the line as far as other cosmetics. I definitely have some other ideas in the works as far as other products I want to put out. And I definitely see myself in, I want to get into some major retail chains. So I'm kind of working on the prep for that, making sure I have all my, FDA requirements in line and stuff like that. And just building relationships. But yeah, I definitely would like to be in at least 2 major retail chains within 3 years.
Nice. We good over there, Tony? Mm-hmm. Everything good? Thumbs up, yay. So how did you come up with the Loudmouth name and logo?
How did I come up with Loudmouth? Well, I think I was just trying to come up with a name for my business, and I definitely wanted to have something to do with lips. So, I thought about like Big Mouth, and then I was like Loudmouth. And Loudmouth worked perfectly because I definitely wanted to showcase, my brand centers around bright colors, fun colors, the more vibrant colors.
The loud colors?
Yes, the loud colors. And so Loudmouth worked perfectly, and then I'm loud too, so I figured that was just like a perfect dual purpose. And it's a conversation piece. Like, people love it. And another thing I like about it is that they do not forget that name.
Right.
Like, they're like, I've seen you somewhere, like I remember this name. And so that really works good when people are trying to remember my name.
Yeah, it's always good to have, you don't want to have one of those names that's just like,
yeah,
because then people they don't know.
Yeah.
There's so many things thrown at everybody every day that
Yes.
if it doesn't stand out, that's one of the things about owning a business, I think, that is highly important, is that you've got to have a name that people can remember, not only remember but pronounce. I cannot tell you. Our business name is Dark Light Portrait Studios. We have been Dark Light Photography, Dark Light Photos, every combination of those words, and it's like it's not hard. It's 4 words. I know it's 4 words, but it's Dark Light Portrait Studios, and it's just crazy how people can't. Sometimes they just can't grasp it, and you're like, but it's not difficult.
Yeah.
It's 4 easy words to say. Why can't you get it?
Yeah.
And we've shortened it now, where it's still Dark Light Portrait Studios, but we just use DLPS because it's almost easier just to get it out there. But so making a business, use a name that's easy to remember, that makes an impact, and is easy to pronounce, and that way it'll help you. Now earlier, before we started, we were talking a little bit about how coronavirus has affected everything, and I know you do a lot of stuff. You go to festivals and markets and that kind of stuff. Obviously, those kind of things aren't happening because of coronavirus, but prior to coronavirus, what kind of advertising were you doing in terms of going to markets and other things?
Like advertising for the markets I'm going to?
That, and also just where people could find you.
Yeah, I would advertise on Facebook and Instagram maybe like a couple weeks before I would have my next market, and just telling people where I'm going to be. And then at the market, of course, I would have like different, sometimes I would have like flyers and pamphlets telling them when my next market is going to be. But I do markets anywhere from here to Miami to Jacksonville. Sometimes we go to Nashville, but I kind of just go where the wind takes me, and just like finding, sometimes I'll hear from other vendors which markets are, good, and what customers I think would frequent those markets. So sometimes it's a gamble, but I found those markets that work for me pretty good, and so hopefully they start back up soon, and at least in 2021, and things can get back to normal.
Yes. Because there really aren't a lot of markets going on right now, if somebody wanted to get a hold of you and wants to buy your product, at the end of it, we'll kind of talk about where they can do that, so they can get your information, so they can contact you for that.
Okay.
So, one of the things about being a business owner, everybody says, for instance, for us, for photography, oh, well, you take pictures. Yeah.
Right.
I do take pictures. I also am an accountant and a marketer and an advertiser and a networker and a retoucher and a blah, 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 blah.
I didn't know all that.
I know, right?
Wow.
Who did I? Click. Done. So, in terms of owning a business, if somebody was wanting to get into starting a business, especially now with the whole coronavirus thing, a lot of people are out of work, or they just have extra time, and a lot of people are going, oh, maybe I should start a business. What is something that you think you wish you had known when you started, that you wish somebody had told you, that now you're like, oh, if I'd known that, I could have saved myself so much time?
I I guess probably with like navigating Instagram and Facebook and like advertisements and like what advertisements to spend money on. I think that's the one thing that I had no knowledge on that before, and still really don't. Like the knowledge is a little bit, but now I have a little bit more of guidance from talking to other business owners. What other area? I mean, I think that's it. Ads, graphic design, stuff that I didn't know before about like how to put pictures together and videos together. I know I was thinking about this just yesterday, so I know that when I leave here I'll think of the exact thing. But those are the two main things that I and then also like what you just said, like naming a business, just how to put your business out there. Just little things that I don't necessarily feel like that I messed up on, but like things that I can now tell other people and, you know, kind of give them advice on, just because I didn't know a lot of the basics.
Right. Yeah. If nothing else, just save people time.
Yeah.
I mean, starting a business takes an incredible amount of time.
Yes.
And I think a lot of people have in their head, oh, I'm going to start a business and, you know, by next week I'll be up and running and I can support myself. And it's like, man, I wish it was like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the reality is that it's not.
Nope.
I'm sorry to crush your dreams.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that person that squishes your dreams.
Right.
But running a business is really hard. And I think for us, we were like, oh, we know photography. We can have a business. Mm-hmm. You don't remember that there's the financial aspect of it. And there's the marketing aspect, which everyone says, oh, I'll just advertise, you know, to my mom and her friends. And it's like, well, great. But after you get done with those 4 people, what are you going to do then?
Yeah.
So there's just there's so much stuff involved in being a business owner. But at the same time, if it came between running your own business 24/7, 365, or working for somebody else and making them money,
yes.
Like,
No
working
question.
working for myself is so much better. Yeah,
it's more at peace. Like I couldn't take corporate America. For me, I had been planning on like leaving my job, but it had ended up, they had like gotten acquired. So I was already like, I had like 8 months. And so I was like, okay, during this 8 months, I'm going to get the stuff I need to get to. I think I had actually already, my business was already running while I was working, but I, you know, just developed a plan, put it into place. And like, I am going to try to do this on my own. I don't want to go back into corporate America. I want to do this for myself. So that's just kind of what I did, just laying out a plan. And I mean, if you want it bad enough, you'll do it, because I don't plan on going back into corporate America. I can't do it.
Never. Mm-mm. She will ride her lips to the end.
Yes.
Yes.
Sure will.
When you say a plan, are you talking about just sitting down and thinking about what you want to do, or did you make an actual business plan?
I did. I made an actual business plan, like a literal business plan, starting from like the executive summary. It's literally probably, I had like a template, and I also have a business mentor who helped me with that too. Helped me put that together. That way I can see where I want to be in a year, where I want to be in 2 years. And I also had like the different, part of that plan was the different markets that I wanted to do. So that I could, you know, constantly stay going and stay, you know, keep myself present in the public.
Right. Who do you think, in terms of the public, when you're marketing, who is your target audience? Who do you get most of your business from?
Definitely, I would say Instagram versus Facebook, if we're talking about the 2 social media platforms. But I would say women between the ages of 19 and maybe 35. I think that's the majority of like my business. And then also, just because of the variety of colors that I have, I get a lot of festival goers. Like people buy my colors just to go to Vegas, or to go to, you know, bachelorette parties, to stand out, literally masquerade balls. They're looking for a specific color, and they're looking for a rare and unique lip color that they know they're probably not going to find anywhere else. So that's probably the majority of the customers that I get.
That's awesome, because that's one of the things about targeting a certain market, is you have to know who your ideal customer is. And it doesn't do you any good in the world to spend all of your marketing dollars or your time marketing to somebody who's, you know, over the age of 60 if, you know, one person out of 400 that's that age would want to purchase your stuff. So obviously there's always exceptions to the rule. You're always going to have those older people that might want it, or, you know, teenagers or whatever, but it's good that you know exactly who you're looking for when you do stuff. Speaking of off the wall, kind of loud colors, some of these pictures up here, these are actually pictures that we did with Amber and some models. The green on Tara on this side, that's a color that you wouldn't normally see as a lipstick. The money green. So that's a color, and then the ones on the right or left, right, whatever, the other ones. Yeah, that side. I'm all backwards because I know you're looking at it separate from me. But anyway, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different colors there, just in that one. And so it's crazy the range of colors that she has available. I mean, you can get colors anywhere from nude to the brightest pink you can possibly imagine.
And speaking of which, that's kind of also something that it's a little bit harder to market the lip colors, because I also don't want people to think, like, I can post a green color or blue and people literally think that that's all I have is greens and blues, and it's like, no, I have nude colors, I have the subtle pinks as well, you know, I literally have any color. But even at markets, like, if I have swatches on my hand that I'll swatch myself up just to show people as they pass by. I could have every single color. If they see a blue color, they're like, oh God, I can't wear blue. Like, they break out into hives, and it's like, blue is not the only color that I have. Like, they freak out at this. It amazes me how they react to it. It's like
they pick that one color that they know doesn't work, and oh wow, I can't wear green lipstick. Yeah, it's
I'm like, okay, bye.
The human condition. I don't know. So yeah, we did this photo shoot with Amber. I had such a fun show. I had such a good day.
I know, yeah.
It was so much fun. It was so much fun. We set up 2 different background stations. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably 6 models, roughly ish.
Yep.
Both men and women. It's 2020. Men in lipstick. We support it. We actually have a bunch of guy in lipstick pictures, although I didn't pull one for this, but we had 2 backgrounds. We had multiple background colors. We had patterns. It was a long.
Yes.
We were there for a long time.
Yeah. We got some good stuff though.
When we initially set up the shoot, we had talked about it. We did a consultation with Amber so that she could get some product shots and all that. And I think probably in your mind you weren't thinking it was going to be quite as extensive as it was. We definitely went all out for a lot of things. I tend to get that thing where I'm like, okay, what can I do? Well, I want to do this and I want to do this. And you know what? Honestly, I still had probably 5 different things that I didn't even use.
Yeah.
I had a whole thing of backgrounds. I had other props. I had all kinds of stuff. And so when we did it, it was just, we turned our whole house into, it was a mess. Her brother was there. He was putting paint on people's faces. And I mean, it was just crazy. He modeled for some pictures. And it was nuts. But I know that you're using these pictures for social media, and we've seen a couple of them have come up on your website and things of that nature. What, for you, and I know you do other photography stuff, I know we're not the only people who photograph your stuff, but for you, what is the photography element? How does that play a role in your marketing?
A huge role. Like, I have to make sure that when I find models, I definitely want to get skin tones, both, skin tones. So, like, even at markets, I will have, as I'm displaying the lip colors, I want, a light skin tone and a dark skin tone. That way, because I always want to be all inclusive, and I don't want people to feel, left out. And of course, I can't span and get every single skin tone, but I try to get definitely a good variety of not only skin tones, but races, genders, nationalities, just so everyone can see. I want to try to get as many colors as I can on as many different skin tones. So when I'm doing photo shoots, I try to get, a dark, a medium, and a light skin model. And, the nationality, doesn't even really matter. I'm not looking for, like, I need a white girl, a black girl, and a Latina girl. I'm really looking for just skin tones, because you can be a Latina girl and still be dark skinned, you know what I mean? So I'm just looking for that skin tone. And I do want to have, like, I just want to span, different, races and genders, like the picture that we did with everyone, like, just having, guys, girls, black people, white people. I want to have, I want to include everyone, I guess. So that's what I look at when I do models. And then As far as photography, I mean, every picture I use, I try to use it for some type of advertising, social media, website. It plays a huge role. I'm trying to think if I have taken a few myself that I've used as well, but definitely it takes me a lot longer to get that picture together because I'm not skilled at photography, so that's not my ministry.
When you were first starting out, did you start out doing pictures just like with your phone or with just a camera or whatever? Or have you always had photographers do the pictures?
Well, when I first started out, I did have I started with a photographer who did my product shots, and then he's the one who did I had myself and I had another white girl come with me so that he could get each color, and I think then I had maybe 20 to 25 shades when I first started, and each color on each of our skin tones. So that was a long day because you never know. It's like you don't think it's going to be as long as, I think that was probably like 3 to 4 hours to get, making sure that the lip was right, and then he had to do, of course, retouches and things like that if the lipstick, wasn't on correctly or whatever. But it turned out good. So yeah, that definitely that was my first thing. I wanted every color on a light and a dark skin tone. Yeah. So
I think that a lot of people when they're getting ready to start a business or whatever, they don't think about the photography aspect of it. Mm-hmm. We always push that, obviously, because it's what we do. But if you're starting a business, if you have any sort of product, you have to have pictures of that product. Mm-hmm. You can't sell something that people can't see.
Right.
So if Amber came up to you and said, "Oh, I have a green lipstick. Well, can I see it?" Well, I don't have any pictures of it or anything, but it's nice. You just have to buy it. Who would do that? You know what I mean? You have to be able to see what that product is, mm-hmm. and you have to be able to show people this is how it's going to look, this is what you can do with it, whatever. So for us, we're always telling people, if you're just starting a business or you have a business idea, hire somebody, talk to a friend, somebody who's a professional photographer, not just somebody who has a camera in their basement and, they can probably drag it out for you. Mm-hmm. But get some professional pictures because it's going to make a huge difference on your website and on Instagram and all that. Mm-hmm. If you post a whole bunch of pictures you took with your phone and then you see the difference between that and somebody who can actually style it and retouch it and all that kind of stuff, you're going to see a difference. Mm-hmm. And not only are you going to see a difference, but your audience is going to see a difference. Yes. So your mom and her friends might really like your pictures, but they're not going to be your only customers, and you need to cater to your customer base.
Yes.
As an African American female, have you found that having a business or creating a business, have you had any obstacles that you think are related to being a female or being an African American or any of that kind of stuff here in Tampa?
I would say probably I found that I don't have access to as many resources as my white counterparts do. Just as far as like what's provided to me, like what they have knowledge to or access to, or have been given access to, like as far as like receiving emails from someone that, and I'm like, I didn't get that email. I don't, like just I guess given pieces of information and not having those pieces of information that they are having, that they're able to have, and then I find that sometimes, not often, but sometimes. A lot of people like to challenge me on the ingredients of my products, and they don't think that I know like veganism, what gluten-free is, what cruelty-free is, the difference between vegan and cruelty-free. And I'm like, and it's just sometimes I seem to be doubted. It doesn't bother me, but because I can tell you off the top of my head what it is, So, but I mean, I noticed that a little bit. Trying to think of what else. I mean, other obstacles. Just as far as like growth and like the knowledge that I need to grow, I haven't been given as much, and it seems like I can see it in other businesses as far as like what they know, and just that there's a little bit of a difference. And I know that that's just like a problem, everywhere in America, but just me personally, that's what I've experienced.
Have you connected with the Small Business Association here in Tampa?
Yeah.
We've connected with them, and they seem like a really good resource.
Yeah,
so
they are.
It's all right. So we were talking about the Small Business Administration here in Tampa. They are actually, I believe, they have an office at USF, but I think they're also down like South Tampa by the aquarium or the port or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But if you're starting a small business or you have a small business and you haven't talked to them, they're a really good resource for getting information, getting help. They have a person there who will critique your website.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, just all kinds of stuff for small businesses. So if you haven't reached out to them, you can find all their contact info online, and that's a really good place. Even if you're just starting a business, if you have an idea, they can kind of give you some tips for starting, and they can help you with the finances and all the fun stuff that everybody forgets they have to do.
Yeah.
So it's so much.
Yeah, it is.
It really, really. We've been in business as a partnership since 2014. So we're on our 6th year, and there's still, I'm like, I have no idea how to do that. Like, we're still finding stuff every single day that is just like, oh crap, we didn't know we were supposed to do that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a constant learning process.
It is. And the government there with the tax situation, and then you've got to have your numbers. I mean, it's just, it's a lot. It's a lot. And if you're going to have a legitimate business, you need to have your tax paperwork together. You need to be paying taxes, even though it sucks.
Yes.
You need to be filing every year. You need to be registered. And even here in Florida, which is something that we didn't do in Louisiana, you have to have like a fictitious name registry thing, and it has to be put in the newspaper, and like, it's a process. And we moved here, and I was just like, oh my god, what is all this crap? And of course everything costs money. So there's that. That's the super exciting part. So when you say that all your products are cruelty free, vegan, gluten free, do you have any products at all that veer from that, or is everything that way?
I have some that veer from that. Like, for instance, I mean, and I know some vegans are different. I mean, a lot of vegan, that's why it's like, it's hard to like determine sometimes what is vegan. Like, this lip mask contains honey. There are plenty of vegans that eat honey, you know what I mean? But there are some that don't, or that are completely against honey and beeswax. So it's kind of like, just depending on what you,
I did not know that.
Yeah, a lot of times it's just the preference of the person. But I have to make sure that I go onto the FDA website and make sure that I can, name this whatever product as vegan, and make sure that even though it has these ingredients, I can still call it, vegan or gluten free or, whatever.
Right. So if you do have a website.
Yes.
Okay. So and your website is all, you keep it current and it's up to date and all that. So if somebody wanted information, do you have that kind of information listed on your website, or is that more of they have to send you an email?
I have all my ingredients listed on my website. Yes.
So everything is a legit ingredient. It's not that's this long, and it's because I know you said no chemical or chemical free.
Yeah, it's all chemical
stuff,
free.
So,
Yeah,
awesome.
All natural ingredients, chemical free. Yeah. So
that's a good thing. So these days, the chemicals, oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, they're putting everything in lipstick, and that was another reason I got into it, because I found that they were putting like carcinogens, beetle bodies, like the shell from beetle bodies, fish scales, and that's often why when you those lipsticks that dry matte and they kind of flake off, that's
because your lips are scaly because you're using fish scales apparently.
Yeah. It's a lot of stuff that
no.
That's hidden.
that's a big no.
Yes.
I'm back to my chapstick. Yeah, don't mind me over here. So what is your plan for the next, let's say the next, the rest of the year, since most of your festivals and groups and that kind of stuff have been kind of shut down because of COVID, and we don't know what's going to happen this winter. Where do you see yourself going in the next few months?
Right now I'm actually trying to, I have a pop-up at it's a black-owned beauty supply store over on Bush Avenue. It's called My Shade and Texture. So I will be there on the 26th of September. And I will, have my display set up and things for sale. And I'm also going to be talking to the owner about the products. I know she was interested in some of my products, my concealers and my lipsticks. And I also just did a wholesale order for another young girl who was trying to get into business. She's just starting up her business, and she wants to be up by Black Friday. So I'm going to try to, and there have been some other people who have been interested in making wholesale orders. So I'm going to try to just reach out to them, follow up with them to see if they're still interested. And that's because that's been something that's really picked up during the pandemic. So I'm definitely going to try to keep that going. And of course my website sales, definitely. My website is loudmouth-lips.com. So you can go there and you can find every product that I have for sale. And right now I'm actually having a huge sale because I'm just trying to clear out my inventory. So I have like tons of lipsticks. Most of my lipsticks are $7 right now, and then all of my pigments, my loose pigments, are $5 right now. So if you're wanting something, or if you want to try something, I always tell people now's the chance. So
do it before she blows up big and she's charging like those high dollar amounts. or as you can only get it for a minute and a half when it goes on sale type of deal.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got to get her now while she's still, local and she still remembers us small people. Do you have, because I noticed on these that you don't have like a label or anything like that. Is that something that you're in the process, or is it on the top maybe? And I just can't see it.
They do. They are on, it's on the top.
Oh, okay.
All my ingredients are on the bottom, and then what it is, the description, and my website's on the bottom as well, so that they can reach out to me.
Right. Okay. Awesome. Awesome sauce. Yay. Well, go ahead and let's give everybody again the website again, your Facebook page, your Instagram, how they can contact you, and the best way to order and all that kind of thing.
Okay. My website again is loudmouth-lips.com, and my Instagram is loudmouth.lips, and then my Facebook is loudmouth lip attire. And that's another thing I need to get all those names a little bit more together, but sometimes it's just like about what was available when I was yeah.
That's why my email has a Y in it instead of an I. People are like, you spell your name with a Y? And I'm like, no, but with an I it was already taken.
Right.
So, obviously. What is your, before we wrap up, you said that right now your lipsticks are $7, the loose powder is $5. What is the normal range of pricing, like low and high, for products?
The highest I charge for my lipsticks is $15, and that's for the matte formula. And that's because the mattes take me twice as long to make. It's really a longer process to get the matte the exact way that I need them. And usually when I'm at markets, I'll do a deal like they're 15 or 2 for $25. And then the gloss, the highest for the gloss will be 12. And then for the pigments, they usually run about 8 normally.
Okay. So how long does something like that last you?
This jar will last me. I had a girl who actually wore that color every day, and it lasted her 10 months, and she wore it every single day. So I would say close to a year that jar will last you.
That's not a bad deal for $7 or even for $15. I mean,
and they're really pigmented. I mean, a little goes a long way. You don't need a lot at all, and you can use it like just put a dot on your cheeks for blush if you want. They're really 3-in-1, so you can take them on the go. And then we have lip brushes that you can apply them with. And then the other end pops up, so you can use this side as eyeliner if you want, for eyeliner, lip liner. So yeah, I got lip liners coming too, so I'm excited about that.
So many things.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. I'm excited. Like I said, I don't know anything about lipstick. This is the extent of my makeup wearing, which is actually mascara. But I put on without looking in the mirror this morning, so it probably looks like crap. But that is the extent. I haven't even brushed my hair today. Like, it's just been one of those days.
Yeah.
If I look a little crazy, I'm sorry. But it's awesome to hear about it, because this is the kind of stuff that we use a lot in photo shoots, but I don't know anything about. And I keep telling myself, oh, I'm going to go on YouTube and learn how to do makeup and all this kind of stuff. But it hasn't happened yet.
Right.
So I do have a couple of ideas in terms of partnering up with you for some other stuff. So we got to talk about that before you leave today. Okay. But alrighty. So if you are watching us on Facebook, you can always find us on Instagram. If you're watching us on Instagram, you can always find us on Facebook. You can get us all of our information, some samples of our images, some of the pictures that we did with Amber are on our website. So, website, dlporterstudios.com. Instagram for this one is DLPS Models, but we also have other ones. You can find them on our webpage. Or we're on Facebook at DL Porter Studios as well there. So feel free to reach out if you have any questions for us, or you need to get a hold of Amber and for some reason can't remember any of her information, because she did a much better job about talking about it than I did. We'll put everything on the video, but feel free to reach out with any kind of questions you have. If you're getting ready to start a business, I would advise you, and I think you would agree too, it's probably really important to find a business mentor, somebody who can help you and kind of walk you through the process. So look into that, look into mentoring, learn about having a business. Don't just decide you're going to do it. Talk to the Small Business Development Center, I think is the technical name that they're called, here in Tampa. You know, reach out to people, get information. Don't just jump into it and spend all of your money, because you're going to end up broke and have to get a job at McDonald's or something. So put some research into it, do it the right way, and get a tax number and pay your taxes, because nothing is more annoying than when someone's like, oh, I have a business, I don't pay taxes. And I'm just like, so you don't have a business. You have a hobby, but you're not actually paying taxes, you're not a legitimate business if the government doesn't know that you have it, right? Mm-hmm. So, one of my pet peeves. I'll get off my soapbox. Anyway, that is all for us today. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime. Come on over and hang out.
I will.
We will be doing more of these videos in the future. We'll keep you updated on Facebook as to when you can find us and where. And I guess that's all for now. So, bye.
Bye, guys.
Have a good week.